A range trading day, much unlike yesterday where you saw a sharp amount of intraday volatility. Today was a lot more somber, you'd have to say. For the better part of today's trading session, we were just lingering around in a very narrow band from the high to the low of the day, just around that 11,900 mark. On closing though, we've gone a little soft, about 28 to 30 odd points in the Nifty futures and closed in at that 11,898 level. What led to pressure points today? And today turned out to be a very news specific and earnings specific day. Pharmaceuticals definitely took a backseat today, and ET Now Impact, wherein we reported that Dr Reddy's has had a data breach, got confirmed by the management as well, and that saw a sharp downtick coming in. Having said that, after the management clarification, you did see some recovery come by. There was also that USFDA warning letter for the New Jersey facility of Aurobindo Pharma that really brought about some amount of weakness in Aurobindo Pharma as well, and closed lower by about 3.25% on closing bell today. The big concern about pharmaceuticals, as you all know, that pharmaceuticals along with IT have been a big gainer in the last 6 months or so, much to the fancy of the markets, is the over ownership in the entire space and the kind of price appreciation that you've seen. So the big fear is this going to be the start of more USFDA clampdown which is going to come in on the pharmaceutical sector back home in India? If that were to be the case, maybe the scope of disappointment is going to be higher purely because of the two factors that I just mentioned, the over ownership and the kind of price appreciation, valuation appreciation that you've already seen in the pharma universe. That set aside, what was also under weakness were a couple of these auto majors. The Hero MotoCorp, for instance, was down. Reliance did not quite participate. Infosys was a little bit soft today. Some of the other losers were from within banking names, like an ICICI Bank was also lower. Good to see though that there was some recovery coming in Britannia after an over 10% fall that the stock has seen after its earnings came by. So saw some mild recovery coming in, still a long way to go before we make up for those 2 days of losses. And also good to see that Bharti saw some follow through coming in, so 400 plus, and convincingly so. Now the stock was up about 2.5% in today's trading session as well, as were some of the other broader market participants. And by the way, the breath managed to actually recover ground and close in favor of the advances today, at least within the F&O universe, with a smidge margin albeit. So you had a Shriram Transport Finance that sprung up a good 5.6%. Asian Paints, the earnings were a beat on all counts, so that stock as well was under focus. Bajaj Auto 2 came out with its numbers. That stock saw an earnings reaction coming in. Petronet LNG was a very smart price performer today, a 5% uptick coming in on a Petronet LNG as well. Torrent Power was a winner. You had good price action coming in for Idea as well. And then Ashok Leyland, which spoke with ET Now and gave a very strong management commentary that also held out in trade. So that really has been the texture of the market. Tomorrow, of course, on our radar is going to be the last US presidential debate, and that perhaps is going to dictate at least in the interim, how the global markets are going to pan out. Today also, you had a weak set of global handover, and the European markets as well started off on a weak note. So while we managed to be region outperformers, remember the IMF also downgraded the growth forecast for the Asia Pacific region. So Asia as well was a lot tempered in today's trading session, and we definitely managed to withstand all of that news flow. So let's see how tomorrow pans out.